everyone, guys, and welcome to today's special event, to today's live premiere, to today's reveal of new content here live on rFactor 2. Well, I am live. You're watching this as a replay on demand because we still have an embargo of roughly 60 minutes until I can release that video concrete. So, just so you know and don't get confused later on, we are starting this as a recorded video and then turn on into a live stream. So that's why things are a little bit weird today. But effectively, rFactor 2 has given us some new content and we're about to find out what this is, as we are in a new car and on a new track. And yeah, you guys have been teased pretty darn long. And now it's about time to explore both the new track and the new car. And we're coming out of pit road, and you probably have already noticed it. It is the Monza circuit. So, the Italian classic and famous circuit in northern Italy, the Kingdom Park of Monza, together with a new car, and you can already see it is an interesting one to drive. And we're just gonna show you the track. We're just going around the laser scanned version of this Monza track here on rFactor 2 and take this as an installation lap, because then we are about to start working on a setup straight away, because we not only just turn laps around a new track in a new car, we're also going to have a little bit of a show race, which is going to be the live part of this video. Anyway, as you can see, latest footage, latest models, latest 3D scan of the Monza Park. We do have DRS zones right here as we're coming down below the old banked oval circuit around this track into Variante Ascari. And you see the 3D model is the latest art, it is the latest news, it is the latest and current version of the track. Of course, you guys see some rFactor 2 specific banners and stuff, but while going through Parabolica, you can even find on the outside here the little curb strip that's coming up right there. Anyway, coming back to pit road, talking a little bit more about the car, as we are just parking it right here in the pit road of Monza. The new car is the new DTM M4 from BMW. So I am quickly going to go into a replay so that we can see the car a little bit from the outside. It is a very special car indeed, because it was designed to be the new DTM car in 2021. However, most of you guys probably know that the DTM cars have changed to GT3 cars. So this BMW M4 prototype is somewhat left out and dusted in, but it still made its way into the rFactor 2 simulation. You can see that iconic nose, that iconic radiator grille at the front of the bonnet, which is, of course, the massive, the big sign for the BMW M4 as a base car in between. The car itself got a 2-liter turbo engine, roughly between 1,100 and 1,150 kilograms on empty weight. It can make up to 290, 295 kilometers per hour in the correct gear section. The car does have DRS. The car has a special new tire, which is different from the actual GT3 GT3 tires that we do know from rFactor 2. They're also different than the endurance tires and different tires compared to the official content. So that is everything new we're about to find out on this particular car. And well, while we see it going over the track, we're now exploring a little bit more into the setup world of this new BMW car. And well, in hindsight, I had the chance to run it a little earlier, so I was able to at least build a little bit of a base setup. Today we're running a 20-minute race. I need to make sure actually it's 20 minutes, not 20 laps. Quickly, let me see. Yes, 20 minutes race, so roughly 30 liters at this stage should be enough. You got fixed gear ratios, but you got a transmission that got, I think, 6 or 7 different gear sets, as you can see. So that is our new elements that we can play with around here. You got the standard 4 engine programs between safety car and qualification. Got no boost, got no brake maps, got no automated gearbox, nothing whatsoever. Then the standard stuff, you know, tire pressure cambers, tire compounds is only dry and wet, just like in the DTM as well. Classic brake bias, brake duct planking and stuff. On the chassis, you can set weight distribution and wheel range log. When we're coming towards the suspension, it got a full independent suspension at the front with slow bump, slow rebound, fast bump. They are all being set individually. However, in the back, it's the same. Now that was changed, I think. I heard at some point that the suspension of a DTM car is a bit more closed, so maybe that is just some rFactor 2 specific thing here. Then obviously we got anti-roll bars, very different anti-roll bars. So you got 5 bars and 4 position per bar. So that is quite a lot of anti-roll bars that you can find here. Classic toe-in, right high packers, don't need to explain this. Same goes for the back. Aerodynamics is fairly interesting because, hold your breath guys, 45 different rear wing settings. So there is tons of stuff that you can set on this car. And yes, it goes down to P1, I think. Is it P0? It's P1. So 45 different rear wing plates to play with. That is astonishing. Electronics, nothing to set here. No ABS, no traction control, nothing whatsoever. So that is the story with this one. Beyond that, you have the differential, loads of different differential settings on power and coast. Preload, very fine line and very detailed preload, as you can see. Like, it goes up to, I think, 200 Newton meters, and let's find out what is the minimum on that. It's probably also quite low, but the car is tricky to drive. You've just seen the first issue that we already had. So I think, yeah, preload can be opened pretty much to 0 Newton meter. So you've seen already the issues that we did have, and well, we're now about to find out how the car is about to drive. Out of pit road. And find out how the car is to drive. You can see the interior. We got a virtual rear mirror built into the car, which is nice to see. We will hopefully not need that too much. Yeah, but anyway, I think let's find out how to tame this beast of a car, and let's also find out what it is about the fuel load that we need. Let's enjoy DRS and the car sounds all together. As I said already, car got a 2-liter turbo engine, so well, there's a car off already in Curva Grande. So yeah, the car can be pretty poisonous. While, you know, at this low revs, it's pretty simple to drive, but as soon as you reach the point where the turbo kicks in with full power, then obviously it is a little bit of a different story. Also, as you can see right here, DRS goes open right now, and the moment you open DRS, it's not like the biggest of acceleration effects, but you lose literally every downforce that you have on the rear. So opening DRS early out of Parabolica on a qualifying lap would be a pretty much disaster. In the race, DRS is allowed only from mid of the main straight anyway. I think here's the DRS detection point. And then you're allowed to use DRS right up from here onwards. We'll find out in the race where the DRS detection point is, because I think we're about to expect 10, 11, 12 drivers, maybe even more. And surely we're gonna get some racing action. And you see the car just, it wants to kill you straight away. About the pricing of the new content, I have not received any information up front, as the car is about to officially release within the next couple of minutes. Yet though we've been given the opportunity to record some footage earlier, which is very much appreciated by Studio 397, rFactor 2, Traction GG and Motorsport Games, of course. The Monza track will cost exactly the same than the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, so that's just an upfront for you guys, because I can already imagine that there will be questions arising. And of course, if you do have any questions whatsoever, put them down in the comment area below, and I will happily come back on you and answer them. As in for the parts where the car is going to be used, of course the rFactor 2 competition system will host a competition series with the car, and yeah, it's pretty much the point of use for right now. I'm pretty sure that there will be also some league series that surely run the car, because I do believe there's great racing possible with it. As I already mentioned, this car got really new kind of tires, nothing to be compared with the already existing GT3 or endurance tires we already do know from rFactor 2, with all their ups and downs. So it will be interesting to see the racing with these tires. Obviously DTM, no tire warmers, so bringing those tires up to temperature is something that you have to manage, and that will also be something that is fairly important right now. And we can see them on the dash a little bit: 75 at the front, 70 at the rear, on the right hand side 65, 63. So the tires are not 100% warmed up yet, hence why we already had some better lap time performance on the first fly out of the pit road. So the point I'm trying to raise is the first lap time that we did was 41.0, and already at first corners of the second lap have been quicker, as there was more tire temperature, more tire and car performance that we could rely on. Very easy to lock up the brakes in the car. Crazy times there at the front, 38.6. kind of guessing that this is DRS wide open, and probably at the same time I've been I've been tricked and it's not. But you see the car is yeah, very poisonous in the rear, likes to easily step out on you. Let's see what DRS is worth here. Onto the back straight towards Variante Ascari. And it's not that much actually, it's a 10th, but of course if you over exaggerate it or look at it in the big picture, like imagine you have DRS open all the lap, then that's surely half a second, maybe even more. Another 41.3. The track, of course, has anti-cuts and track limits, and well, as you can see, track limits and anti-cuts are fairly, well, when you hit the anti-cuts, then you're straight away dead. In the meanwhile, we join the onboard of Kevin van Doren, 138.6. You see on the dashboard, DRS is wide open, now closes down, heavy on the downshifts, turning in. Car is really rigid as well, like you feel it. And yeah, also here you see he's opening DRS within literally every possible moment, and that's surely the key in order to go really quick. So really guessing this is a race fuel lap already. Let's have a look in how he takes Variante Ascari. His car looks really planted though, gotta say. So not even that poisonous as my car is, which leads me to the fact, you know, to go a little bit higher on the rear wing again. Also maybe bringing the weight distribution back to neutral. And yeah, basically just drive out again and see what we can do in race pace condition. You guys know I'm not that guy that always is, you know, practicing qualifying and stuff, but we will have to do qualifying roughly in 20-25 minutes. You can see the counter going down, and it's actually 15 minutes till our qualifying session. So I will just try to get the car into the correct balance as of right now, and then we, whoops, yeah, cold brakes. We go straight into qualifying right there, but first you have to do the slalom. And also I need to start concentrating a little bit more, so I'm sure you guys enjoy car sounds and the view itself. Gotta say, love the level of detail around the track. A lot of bumps, high quality 3D laser scan. And moving the balance certainly has helped. Like, I am really 100% convinced in this car, smooth as fast, that's for sure. Once you start sliding with the back, it's nearly inevitable that you are about to lose some time. Like, as you can see, cars really planted as well at times, so you can really drive it in a planted way, which is going to be the huge challenge. I am very sure about this. car, of course, in those slow corner sections. First gear and the turbo is just like an instant death trap. Also, I'm not yet feeling confident with the brake at all. Probably can be loads more aggressive on the actual brake. But you see, compared to the setup that we drove before, car's a lot more blunt, gets a lot more momentum out of the exit, carrying them onto the straights. And we will improve at least a tiny little bit. Can't wait really to take the fuel out of the car, open DRS everywhere I can, and really see what is the difference in terms of the lap times. Too late on the damn brakes. Yeah, and then short shifting is nothing for the car either, so you really have to somehow survive with the high revs for maximum power and everything. I gotta say, I admire the sounds really. Like, you know, we all know that the GT3 sounds on rFactor 2 are probably not the most iconic, I want to say, compared to other titles. I think rFactor 2 could improve the sounds a bit, but I have been with DTM races, and the screaming engines of these machines is pretty much what we hear right here. Then you also do hear the turbo in the background yelling. And have you noticed something about those tires and in general about the new car? This drift slide alarm thing is at the moment completely gone. Like, the moment you start drifting it, you're just about to lose time. This car is more understeering rather than anything else, really. And you can also see and feel that. Will be also interesting to see how this tire will behave over the course of the race and everything. Whether you can drive consistently fast, whether you have to do loads of tire management. You have to certainly do throttle management and not slide the rear as much as we do right now. Although it's pretty difficult as well, like, you know, got no traction control. Need to do the traction control with your foot. Need to keep the car in balance at all time. You see a slide on the exit. In a GT3 car you would have just pressed the magic button and drift slided out of Parabolica and it would have been probably fine, but not in this one. So let's open DRS and see whether we can beat our PB just from using DRS. Oof. So, what did I say about again DRS? As soon as you open it, all your rear end downforce is gone. And that is exactly the case. Something that's fairly interesting as well. You feel that the car is doing movement once the flap opens and closes again. I'll show you what I mean. As soon as we start braking for Variante Ascari, you will see exactly how the car will ditch up with the nose. It feels like it takes off like an airplane to a certain extent, despite braking where actually the front should dip down. But you see how the car goes up and down from opening and closing. That is so interesting to see that, really. Yeah, Ripatoni. Okay, I think it's about time to find out how the car does in qualifying. I'm still thinking about some minor click here or there. Some toe in, that will surely help. And then it is time to empty the car. Let's put 7 liters. I should get us exactly 3 laps, just to make sure that we can get ourselves down to the empty car. And then we have qualifying in a few, and after the qualifying we will start our live stream, so don't be intimidated by the new kind of opening I will do. This cold brakes thing is something to watch out for the start. Let's see if in qualifying trim you can keep DRS. Oh no way you can keep that open in Curva Grande. Not even on the exit, really. Loads of bumps on the track though. And it's interesting, I've seen some GT3 races and also the DTM opening race around the circuit. This track has massive bumps. It really has. So let's see, 38.5 to beat. In all honesty, I don't really think I'm able to get it. Way too scared to open DRS. Let's have a look at the odometer. 280, 285, 290. And I think at this stage of the year, on the ref clock, the car peaks in performance as well. As in, probably that's the point where you want to shift and stuff. I would really be interested to see whether the cars have been that poisonous and that difficult to drive with open DRS and stuff. I'd be really interesting to know that and talk to a real life DTM driver about that aspect. Kasper Stolz 1.3 seconds ahead of us on the timing sheet. It will be a close one between him and me, I think. And that is when you open DRS too early. Wow. Woo! That's a strong one. Like a really, oh my goodness me. Alright, qualifying is about to head on. So you guys will enjoy the qualifying run. And after qualifying, we're about to hit the road with a race. Qualifying also is private, which means we don't see other cars and we will not be intimidated by them. So scared from just over braking on it. Like even on that initial brake, the front just locks up. And you certainly don't want to lock up. And you also don't want to crash. Big if. So, yeah, this car is certainly a challenge to drive. Again, smooth is fast is the right saying for this one. Not just smooth is fast, like, wow. I just locked the rear brakes. And I was thinking about, what did I change? I changed something about dampers, but Yeah, this brake behavior should have never occurred. It's looking good. Trying to get a lap time down. Oh boy. It's amazing how powerful this DRS is in the back though in terms of drag reduction. Or also downforce reduction. That's what it could be called as well, downforce reduction system. It's really, really insane. So as in for the qualifying, I think a P4, P5, something like that would be great. I see a 138.5 to beat. I certainly do know that I don't have that. I have a 39. Well, that is literally about it. So we are looking. Okay, I have to admit, it is quite some time ago I last time drove a race car that had DRS available. So I'm kinda a bit rusty. Forgetting about the fact that there is a DRS flap you can activate. It's not the best lap, is it? Can't even say compared to the lap in practice. Fuel is low, that should not be a thing. We're, well, 7/10 of Van Doren going into the last sector. And obviously missing Parabolica never help, but well, car's on the steery, oversteery at the same time. Let's see if the second lap is still worth it. 39.8. It's just over 1.5 seconds off. It's P5 at the minute. And the answer to that is no. So even more 2 liters away. I don't really know actually. Like, let's try a longer gearbox again to see whether we can somehow find some extra bits and pieces on the straights. Feels like the car just stops accelerating at 290. Whether that's a thing or not. really guessing what I'm doing wrong to a certain extent. Like, I really feel like I saw her assistant out of a turn. Yeah, it seems like not being his assistant enough, really. Well, we do know Parabolica, that is where we can find loads of time. But must also be something in my general driving. So let's see. A longer gearbox does, well, give us a small advantage maybe. Michi, you got DRS? FFS. You see how kinda, excuse the language, but like a pussy I'm going through some of these turns. To not upset the car on the exit or in general on the power. How quick can it be? Maybe I'm using the wrong gears, I don't know. Like, currently I see myself a bit more than a tenth up on my own. Obviously making the parabolic turn as intended does help indeed. And then it is a 39.3. Yeah, I'm slowly getting there, but I go back on the I think the gearbox is really just a placebo thing. See what happens if you go high, well, in a gear higher through the turns. If there's some magic or some benefit in that. No, apart from the fact that you just upset the rear from the turbo kicking in. I don't see any benefit really. Yeah, actually it's worse. Nearly died on my way to the lap again. car, well, I can actually abort this lap, to be honest. Yeah, the struggle is real. Really real. But at the same time, I'm already struggling with the understeer, I feel. It's not much. Like on the last lap, I saw that there is possibility for us to improve. It's probably just about nailing that. And then I would also expect that Devin Brown and Van Doren probably got a little bit more testing time on the car than I do. It's nonetheless like I'm losing over a second. It's just oof. The car soon will be used in the competition system, so you guys probably see me driving it quite a bit because I think it's enjoyable and I think it can create nice racing, and that's what this will be all about. So tried the short shift and failed heavily actually. What I really failed with though is setting the correct brake map. And then I found out that shifting early seems like being getting you on the power there. So classic turbo curve. And so you see it is kind of the first laps for me as well. I fear we will have a pretty lonely race there at the back. Keep forgetting about this damn button. Ah, F. Keep pushing, Michi, keep pushing. Well, it is an improvement, but none for position. Anyway, it's a 39.225, and yeah, guys, we will prepare for the race and be back in a second. Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's reveal event of the BMW M4 DTM on rFactor 2, together with the iconic Monza race circuit. And well, we have done a little bit of testing, we have done a little bit of qualifying, and well, now we are in the formation lap for a little 20-minute sprint race. And you guys are very much in the right spot. You are on the exclusive onboard here for race action to come up with. We're starting in P5. The car is a 2-liter turbo-engined 4-cylinder BMW M4 as a base. Obviously, as a DTM, it is a prototype. But that is what the car is about. The track, Monza, very iconic. The high-speed circuit, new content on rFactor 2, able to be bought very, very soon. And obviously soon to be seen in the competition system to be used at, whether this is the car itself or the track. And yeah, the car very interesting to drive. The turbo is pretty aggressive, the tires are cold, the tires are new, nothing that you've ever seen before on rFactor 2. Like, all you guys know the behavior of the GT3, the GTE, the endurance tires and official content tires. This is quite something different, and sliding is bad here. That's for sure, that is something that needs to be said. We need hot brakes for the first turn to brake for, and then guys, you will be able to enjoy the first race in the BMW M4 DTM on the brand new Monza track, soon to be bought, or soon be able to be bought on the Steam workshop of rFactor 2. Guys, 20 minutes of racing here in the DTM car. We're about to go green. Enjoy the madness. Lexar, the car is super hard to control. Had a good start, off the line, into P4 we go. But yeah, braking is very hard as well. Also, the car does have DRS, so that's something fairly new as well. As we're going into the straight slipstream here of Stolze. Don't want to hit the anti-cut curbs too high. You see the car is bouncing around, pretty rigid chassis. And for me it's a little bit of a learning process as well, as yeah, those guys at the front, you know, they've just not beaten me by a few inch on the qualifying. They've beaten me by half a second. No Lexa, it's no fixed setup, it's an open setup. But really the setup is mainly here for balance right now. I need to have more of a look in terms of keeping the car balanced. Keeping it well controlled, keep the tires happy. You see Kasper Stolze there at the front, wiggling a little bit with the car. His gap is over a second already to the car ahead, so there is a potential chance for us to get a slingshot with DRS here. Once the system will get active. Very important that you keep the car under control in the slow speed sections. But yeah, you see Stolze is running a little bit away from us. And personally I think I'm not running enough rear wing on this car. 45 rear wings of possible change of your disposal. So loads to get right or wrong. Ah, damn it. The rear flap system is now available, but we're too far back for the usage of DRS. Maybe if we're getting close enough on the back straight here, we need to make it into the window of a second. Too far back still. It once was, I think, 3 seconds, but that's long gone, in my opinion. I think in the meanwhile it's 1 second again. Or it was 1 second in the end. Remember, those rules have changed. There's now no prototype car anymore. Now it's classic GT3. Yeah, the car is incredibly fast, like turbo engine, stuff like that. But yeah, at the minute it's more looking like that Stolze is running away from us instead of us closing the gap. I'm certainly doing something wrong here, like, I'm not sure if it's his rear wing, like, he's taken 2 or 3 tenths away from us only in those 2 corners and those 2 Lesmos, and then I'm gaining half a tenth back here on the straight. $15 minutes to go. I guess 11 laps, I hope. How is this compared to the race room DTM? I think that's something completely different. Pretty incomparable. In my opinion, the race room GT3 DTM drives more like a GT3 car to a certain extent. So it's nothing that you can straight away compare here. Also, something that needs to be said, this car gets a new kind of tire. Well, we've already mentioned that. So I'm trying to take it easy, but you see Stolze is just those 2 corners I'm losing 2 tenths. He has a little bit of a wiggle right there, but there's nothing I can do really on it. Exactly, Archie. This is exactly what I think those new tires do not do. Like you see, we're in the 4th lap now, pretty identical with our PB. And if you keep them tires in their window, in their shape, then I think they're a little bit more durable. Like for instance, right now we do have 89% of tire left on the rear axis. So the standard GT3 tire of rFactor 2 would now still be at 97, 96 maybe. Yeah, the car is custom livery worthy, and for you guys, I have recorded 45 minutes of video footage already. And I will post this tomorrow as a full video, including this race. So you guys will get your personal opinion on it entirely. We have also got some external off-board footage. And then you guys obviously can decide yourself what you think about the car, what you think about the external shape. My Boto Ichi, thank you so much for the follow-up on the Twitch channel. As we're going again into Variante Ascari. Don't want to hit the anti-cut too much, but yeah, now we got the issue that Kasper Stolze is in the DRS window of Van Doren. Actually, they are all in the DRS window of each other, so that's a bit of an issue. I'm learning the car though still. The Wall 34, thank you very much for your follow, and welcome to the new DTM M4 of BMW. Enjoy the stream. Oh, Stolze there with a hiccup now. But I don't necessarily think it's enough for us to get into the DRS window. If we keep it safe, if we keep it close, we may be able to get it onto the main straight. We're running 30 degrees of field of view, which is the calculated optimum for my screen seating position and everything. Ah, the Ascari chicken. Was no goodie enough. Ten minutes remaining. 1.2 away from Stolze. I'm not sure if the car will be free. I know that the track will cost the same amount as the Spa Francorchamps circuit. Oh, don't sleep on the throttle, Mitchy. So it's free then, copy that. It's a good addition, it's a great addition as official content, I gotta say. You guys will love it. Competition system will love it. Ah, I'm ever so close. If my setup would just be a little bit more bitey here in the turning sections, then I could get the edge on Kasper. But it's not. Now I think I have the chance. 9.5 tenths. Wait for the DRS button to appear right here when we stay close enough. There you go. DRS is now available to us. And you guys will see how the car will pitch its nose up. Sorry, will pitch its nose down. Once we are starting to open DRS. Have you seen the pitch? Just wait for it as soon as we close the DRS again. How the car will go up despite we're braking and all the weight goes to the front. Kasper is now struggling a bit, and that's our chance if we can somehow keep it close. As we also overshot a little there on the first chicane. And as you can see as well, car is difficult to brake and slow down. Need to be incredibly precise. Eight and a half tenths, more DRS for us available now. Okay. Seems like DRS on the back straight's not working, or have I used it up? I don't think there is something like that in place on rFactor 2. But again, it's 8/10 to Stolze. We're close enough to maybe do a move. We're not allowed to burn the tires though, and as you've seen, usually you know drift sliding in rFactor 2 is no big deal. Usually you start to gain time with it. Here, not at all. Once you start to slide the car, it is a 100% sure time loss, and you shouldn't do it. Six and a half minutes to go. Meanwhile, I'm trying to be so focused to not F it up. I think Casper may have killed his tires a bit. Yeah, oh yeah, on the back straight, DRS doesn't open. Thank you, Oscar. Much appreciating your words. Let's see how dirty air is. Too far back. Or are we? We got a little bit of a straight line speed advantage over Casper anyway, but I think we're too far back. We're nearly too late on the brakes. You're welcome, Dominic. Thank you for tuning in. Smile and gain boys, thank you for the follow. Also Nerks05, thank you for your subscription on the YouTube channel. Much appreciating the support. So Casper is struggling on his tires, that's for sure. I just need to make sure that I'm not starting to struggle on them as well. It's a shame I don't have DRS here on the back straight. Yep, Sisemiak, there's loads of differential options for both power and coast. Oh, someone's dead. Or not dead, but... Oh, will that... No way. It will get DRS for Casper. Right when I could have been a bit closer. You see how his rear flap just opens up? So Brown's car surely has damage. Question is, oh yeah, that damage seems quite severe. Well, this is not going to go well. 2 laps to go. Ah, we're ever so close. Oh! Later. Holy shit. That was a quite unique and new view of a wreck. Someone may clip it. I had like a full cinema of wreck ahead of me. Darauf einen Schluck Kaffee. Guillermo, the Michi effect. I disagree. So we'll take home second place here in the BMW launch and reveal event for the BMW M4 DTM Class 1 car. Guys, that car is a magnificent one, and I'm pretty sure we can have more streams with it. We will have more views on it. This video that we've just done will go live tomorrow, so before the stream that you've guys seen live now, there was a full 45 minutes of me driving this car around here, talking about how the car feels, giving you guys a little bit of a feel of how this car is. Of course, it got a horn, and yeah, I think it's a fabulous car to drive. It is something fairly new. You have seen the tires are completely different. Like, we got front 65, rear 71, and yet though we haven't been like significantly slower for quite a little bit of time. So I think sprint racing, racing with pit stops and everything in that regard will be a blast, and that will be something fairly interesting with this new car. And yeah, I can really only say thank you rFactor 2 and thank you Motorsport Games for the new car, for all the work done, and obviously thank you very much for being a part of this launch event, being a part of this BMW reveal, and given the opportunity to show you guys something pretty new. I'm pretty sure next time there will be even more streamers and influencer from the sim racing world that will take part in such event. And yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. That's gonna do it for the BMW reveal and the Monza track reveal here on rFactor 2. It was a pleasure for me to stream this little bit of pieces and little early bird presentation kind of thing. The car is great to drive, the car is tricky to drive. We will see it out on the competition system, and I'm pretty sure I see you guys back on more streams. Hope that you have enjoyed the video, hope that you follow up on Twitch and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we see you there next time, guys. Goodbye.